Hello and welcome to the S Word Live. My name is Renee Rebar, sales strategist, TEDx speaker, and author. And my goal today is to help you make sales simple and fun. So I don't know how many of you have ever been asked, what do you do? And I know so many of my clients, when they get asked that question, they're like, they go into this downward spiral. And if you've ever felt like that, where you were wondering how you should answer the question, what do you do? It's such an easy question, seemingly, right? It's such an innocent, seemingly innocent question that it's crazy how much fear it induces in great people. So if we haven't met yet, you might not know that I work with lots of people creating new income streams for themselves. A lot of the people that I work with have been in business for a while. Maybe they were in other businesses. Maybe they wanted to finally start a business and start to work in the online space or in the virtual space, or maybe just this whole new world we're living in has invited them to start doing business in a new way. And when it comes to meeting people in person, or whether it comes to meeting them online, I teach my clients how to cross that bridge and connect genuinely to make long-lasting, lifetime business relationships. And those always lead to more clients, more connections, and more collaborations. So say hello as you join. Welcome to the S Word Live. Have you ever been asked the question, what do you do? And then you might not have an answer. Or maybe you're always evolving the answer. So there's a big mistake that I walk people through avoiding so that they don't ever fall into this trap. So the biggest thing, and I'm going to go through an exercise with you too to actually help you work through how to better answer this question. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I'm even going to have a little freebie at the end. So stay tuned. I've got something for you. So what do you do? Right? It's like, what do you do? So if you don't know how to answer that question, or it doesn't come easily, or you're still evolving it, there's something that I want you to avoid, and that is worrying about what you don't do. So I know if you're like me and you allow yourself to go into your newsfeed, and it doesn't matter which platform it is, it's possible that your newsfeed gets into your mindset. Right? And so for me, for example, I only see business owners that do exactly what I do in my newsfeed. Everybody feels like competition. And I have another client who's a life coach, and all she sees in her newsfeed are life coaches. And I have another client who's a health coach, and all she sees in her newsfeed are health coaches. I have another client who's a web designer, and all she sees in her newsfeed are web designers. So if you can relate to that you can see only yourself, and seemingly all of your competition shows up in your newsfeed, let me know in the comments. Yes, my newsfeed shows me my competition. Because as we know, our newsfeed is custom designed to us. My newsfeed is different from your newsfeed. When I look at my brother's newsfeed, it's all like motorcycles and really cool, fun boating stuff, because that's what he's into. My newsfeed is totally different. So say hello as you join. Let's go through talking through this exercise that I use with my clients to teach them how to answer this question, what do you do? So it's really interesting because you want to be able to stand out, right? You want to be able to have this question make you stand out and continue the conversation, right? So let me know if you do want to have this conversation with people. So it's super hard. So if you've ever gone through your newsfeed, right? So Candy is a bookkeeper. Yes, her newsfeed is all bookkeepers, right? Exactly. So if you've ever gone through your newsfeed, and ask yourself these three questions. Oh, she has a really awesome website and I don't. Oh, she has a really awesome email list. I bet it's really huge too, and I don't, right? Or, oh, she has a really big audience, and I don't, right? So if you've ever felt yourself saying those kinds of things, give me an emoji in the comments for sure. I know I've said that, especially when I first came online. You know, I had been in business before. I had been running a company. I had sold millions of dollars in products and services. I had taught thousands of people, but it didn't take away the fact that I felt that lack when I went into my newsfeed because of what it was showing me. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do today is this exercise with me to be able to better answer what you do, because I see this huge mistake that people make, and they only talk about their profession. They only talk about, oh, I'm a bookkeeper. Well, even just using Candy as an example, she has helped over 10,000 animals in the Upper Michigan area find homes. That's amazing. So if you're passionate about animals and you need a bookkeeper, you should probably talk to Candy, because she's both of those things. And a lot of people will make a decision on who they do business with based on the values of that business. I know a lot of people that I know buy Subarus based on the values that Subaru holds, or they won't shop at Walmart based on the values that they understand Walmart having. Those are just two examples of people that I know making buying decisions based on the values of what that company does. And so even if your company is small, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're not Walmart or Subaru to be able to express your values. So let's go through the exercise, shall we? So I want you to take a piece of paper. And for those of my students that are listening that are in Sell Like a Mother, you know that I love paper. So take a piece of paper and fold it in half, okay? And on the left-hand side of the paper, I want you to think about whether you're doing this now with me live or whether you're doing it on the replay or you're finding it somewhere else. This is an exercise you can stop and press play and press pause and replay because it's something that you have to do all the time. It's like an exercise, like push-ups, right? You can't just do one perfect push-up. You got to do them all the time. It's a muscle that atrophies quick. So on the left-hand side, write down all the things that you think you lack, that everybody else has, but you don't seem to have as good, right? Oh, she has a better funnel than I do. Oh, she's certified and I'm not. Or she went to a fancy university and I didn't. I mean, I wish I went to a fancy university, but I didn't. I went to State University of New York, and I chose the college because they had been on the Playboy Top 10 list. Don't tell my parents. I know it's been 25 years, but don't tell them. So the point is that I want you to think about all the things that have been in your head anyway. Write them down. Call them out. Call them by name. Write them on the left-hand side of the paper. Then on the right-hand side of the paper, I want you to flip the script. So if you're with me on flipping the script, type flip the script in the comments below, wherever you're finding this video. Flip the script. So let's flip the script, because on the other side of the piece of paper, I want you to write down things that you might not typically associate with the question, what do you do? But I want you to start to believe that this is a part of what you do. It's not only what you do, but also who you are. So I want you to write down your passion projects. Like maybe you're passionate, like Candy, who showed up to this live stream. Thank you, Candy. She's passionate about helping animals find great homes. And so she does a lot of volunteer work and philanthropy work for an organization in Northern Michigan called AC Paw. I know this because I've known her for years. And I know the kind of work and passion that she has for this. And the money that she's raised has been amazing. So on Candy's piece of paper, she would write AC Paw, and fostering animals, and no-kill shelters, and, four-legged friends, and all the things that she loves about them. And maybe she might talk about the woods, because she lives near the woods in Northern Michigan. And maybe she might talk about the waterways, because, we are in the Great Lakes state now, and, fresh water, unsalted, hashtag. So all those things might go on her right-hand side of her paper. All of her passions. What is she passionate about? What does she enjoy doing? And then underneath that, also write down some of the work you've done and the qualifications that you have. So for me, I've been selling for over 25 years. I've taught people how to sell. I've sold millions of dollars in products and services. I've had 3 profitable companies since 1996, started from the seed level. So do I know how to start a business? Yes. Do I know how to make it profitable? You betcha. Do I know how to sell things? You betcha. Put me out in the street, let me sell something. That's what I always say to my team. They're like, yeah, you need to go. So the point is that you have qualities, you have things that are great, that are qualifications of your profession, but you also have interests. You also have different pieces of you. So I have a friend who's a business coach. She's also a foster mom. There are people that will hire her as their business coach because they're also foster parents. I have another client who's a life coach who is adopted. There are people that will hire her as a life coach because they're also adopted. So these are all parts, these are all pieces and a part of you. And so I have another client who has a fancy education, an amazing resume, and also has a fantastic online business. But I've been kind of encouraging her to, as I say, come out about all of you. Come out about the fact of your corporate experience. Come out about the fact of your education. Come out about the fact of your online experience. But when you put them all together, there's no competition. And that's what I'm talking about. There's no competition when you put all of those facets together. When you join your passion and your profession, there isn't anyone like you. That's the difference. There might be other bookkeepers, but there aren't any other bookkeepers that I know of that are also doing all that work for AC Paw, for example, right? So thank you, Candy, for showing up live and being a great example for me today. And so when you look at those two sides, the L squared process for creating your USP, your unique selling proposition, that process, this exercise that I just walked you through, which is one of many things that I do with my clients to help them stand out and create new income streams, this is what I do. I want you to know that when you put those together, you will have your unique selling proposition as well. You will have your answer to the question, what do you do? And you'll have it in a way that there's no competition for you. So no matter what you see in your newsfeed, it doesn't matter because they're not you. Because when I came online, I didn't have a fancy website. I didn't have a big email list. And you'll even see it in my tagline today. No list, no website, no problem. We can still help you sell like the wind. So all that to say, I hope this exercise helped you. Make sure you write in the comments, write USP. And if you do that, then I will reach out to you personally and I will make sure that you get this exercise. So thank you so much for spending your day with me. Have a beautiful day and I will see you again next week for another live episode of the S Word Live.